Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Widowmaker from Age of Extinction. This is a concept line figure, which I love that series. I know some people hate them because they're not in the movies. I have that opposite thing where I absolutely love the concept line and I want more of them. And this is exactly what I want. This figure is precisely what I want from it. An absolute random character, made up, has the Bayverse aesthetic, and just looks alright. That's all I wanted. And a Widowmaker here has existed for well over a decade, kind of. She was a concept for Age of Extinction. She was the thing that was supposed to be Stinger. And yes, I said she. This is a female Bayverse design, which there isn't really many of. There's the bikes, the like RC Chromia and Alita 1. And then I think Alice, and then I think that's it, right? And that's Bayverse. I'm not counting like the Bumblebee universe because there's a lot more in that. There's like Air Razor, RC, Shatter. There's a lot more in that one. But with the Bayverse, there wasn't really many, and, well, this is a pretty cool design outright. It's an orange robot who turns into a McLaren. I like McLarens. Do I know the name of the cars? No, but I just like the look of McLarens, so. And this figure is nice. It looks good. It has the typical detailing of the Bayverse, very kind of partsy, I guess you'd say. Like, the thighs and the arms there look good. The head looks kind of cool, has some nice yellow eyes, with this nice little kind of dreads coming down, it kind of looks like. It's supposed to be the hair, but it kind of just looks like more like the dreads. I feel like she'd fit in with that gang. And overall, I mean, she looks solid turning her around. Nothing really going on back here. You got some door wings, but they're more like a door cape. Torso looks good. I do love this whole thing they did with the shoulders here. No, they're not too low this time to that one guy on the Sea Spray video. They're perfectly fine. I don't know what I was thinking with that take in that video. It really did make no sense, but I do still have an issue with his shoulders. I just don't know what it is. They look funny. But this looks all right to me. I like the look of this. It kind of reminds me of Ironhide's chest piece in a way, where it kind of like is inward. And I just like the look of it. I think it looks really cool. And that's the thing I love about the Bayverse designs when they do this type of thing. One thing that's a little odd is the legs. They're very bulky compared to the rest of the figure. And there's a reason. There's a reason. But, you know, not bad nonetheless. She does have little heels down there and the feet. And the shins look all right. She has two accessories which are exactly the same. Which are guns that clip onto her forearm. Couldn't say forearm. There they are, or one of them. They're the exact same piece. And it looks pretty alright. No real issues going on here. It just goes on there. There's this little tiny slot there, and you just take it, and it slides over the arm like so. And you get a gun. You just get a gun. And it's not bad. I mean, it looks cool. I actually like the integration. I feel like if they could have somehow got them to just stay on there permanently, it would have worked out, but oh well. And overall, just a cool-looking design, cool-looking figure. The articulation, though, is not great, which kind of sucks. Ball joint in the head, but again, restricted by the shoulder things, which, yeah, that was going to happen. If she didn't have the hair, it wouldn't happen, but she has the hair. Outward, forward, back. Again, a little restrictive by this and the doors, but the doors can move out of the way a bit, so that's not really an issue. Swivel. These like to fall down sometimes, and you hit, like, they just kind of do that. That's how it transforms. No hand articulation, which is a constant Bayverse Studio thing. A lot of the time they don't end up getting it, just because of how thin the arms are. No waist swivel, but there easily could have been. Like, this hinge is here, right? That's what's causing it. But the hinge didn't need to, like, the hinge doesn't affect it. If they had have just did a pinned waist, it could have worked. I don't know why they didn't. It just, I don't know what they were thinking there. No waist is a bit disappointing. Forward and back, outward. Knee joint barely does anything. You have to move this part forward to get it to do much, and then that ends up clashing, and it's just a little bit clashy. And no ankle tilt. What's going on here? The articulation's really poor. Like, really poor. Like, the hands, that's one that's like, okay. But ankle tilts have been on basically every figures for the last, like, 5-6 years. Like, they've been killing it with that stuff. And the lack of waist is really bad as well. Which is a shame, because overall I love the look of the robot. It looks cool. I love this look. It's an orange robot. I was gonna like it. And it just has a lot of design things I like. But overall, that's the robot. So let's get to the transformation, which is also kind of odd. So first and foremost, remove the guns. These do have storage, which usually with the Bayverse they do, so that's good. So you're going to first peg the legs together, like so. Flip up her feet, like that. And then you're going to take her and kind of make sure she's straightened out. You're then going to come to the back here, open up the doors. Once you've done that, take her arms, kind of fold them down. You can also take the head and push it back, and that hinges back, and it'll peg into the stand port, like so. You're then going to open up the back of the legs and do possibly one of the craziest steps I've seen in a long time, which is fold out the entirety of the top of the car. It's in the back of her legs. That's right. The entire car mode is in her legs. That's why it's so chunky. Now, there is actually something you can do here for weapon storage, which is there's some slots. Can't really see it. Slots right there. And then there's some tabs on the top of the guns. You kind of have to make sure you push on this top section to get them to peg in. I found that was the best way to get it to work. I couldn't get it to go any other way, like just pushing them in normally. I couldn't get it. But pushing them in using that part really tends to work. It's really odd. You're then going to be able to take those little side panels off of her hips and fold those back onto the legs. And they do peg in. Like so. And then you're going to take the front parts up there, fold them down like so, and you can peg them in, but I don't know if I'm really going to recommend pegging them in right away, because you kind of have to line everything up. You're then going to have to try to work these panels in, like so, and then it'll all peg in, make the hood flush with the rest of the alternate form. Make sure everything's tabbed in, best of its abilities, and then fold down the heels. And there we have her alt form, which, yeah, I love it. It's an orange McLaren. I don't know which McLaren, like I said, but I love the look of these cars, and I love an orange robot, and I love an orange car. Orange is my favorite color. So, a lot of bias there. But I do like this a lot. It looks really cool. I like it. It's nice. The wheels are painted. Clearly, a lot of the effort went to the car form, because there's a lot of paint here, which they typically don't hit with a lot of other releases. Bit of gunmetal there. They got a back windshield. I don't know. We have the silver linings there. The back here. No lights, but I'm guessing they're just off at that moment. The front, silver. You can see that in the robot mode. And the little logo is picked out in red, but it's not fully there. It's just a little red dot, really. But, I mean, it still looks good. It's a nice-looking car. And does it roll? Not really. Knees, they scrape. These knees are also kind of an issue. They're really loose, and they're not pinned in, so they're on there by friction, and they love to pop off. It's not good. But it does look good. They also have the little wiper there as well. It's just a nice looking car. You know, it's a nice little car. It's what I expected of the Bayverse figures, to have these nice alt forms like this. And that's basically it for her. So let's get to my final thoughts here on Widowmaker. She's pretty alright, honestly. Like, I wish she was better. Like, she's just not perfect. Nowhere close to it. Like, she doesn't have a ton of flaws, but she also does at the same time. Like I said, the robot in the alt mode, while they look cool, like standing them on a shelf, yeah, that'll work. She just happens to also have the Studio Series Baybot issues that never get resolved, which is, of course, the lack of articulation sometimes. It happens often with those figures. With the G1 figures, they're so bulky and blocky that it works, but with these guys, they're kind of thin and spindly, so you can't get a lot of it in there. But with this, it's like they kind of skimped in some areas. Like I said, I feel like the waist, they definitely could have given her a waist swivel. Another thing I'm going to mention here is her feet before we continue, which are kind of iffy to get out because they're on ratchets for some reason. So I often have to take the gun like that and stick it in there like that to get the feet down without ripping apart my nails, because I don't want that. That wouldn't be great. I don't want my finger to be hurting all day. But there's just a good couple flaws here with the figure. The tolerances are good, everything's great, it's just the articulation's meh. The transformation for a Bayverse, I thought it would have been a little more complex, but realistically, it's just simple. It's like a Generations one. I do like the whole thing that the whole Carmo just flips out of her legs. That's kind of fun, but, you know, it doesn't give a lot to do to the arms, which just kind of fold in, and that's it. But overall, I mean, she's all right. Like, she's not going to blow your mind. She's okay. But, I mean, she's like a 3 out of 5 figure, in my opinion. She's just the middle ground. She's perfectly well and good, but, you know, don't expect anything crazy out of her. She's cool. I like her. It's a good figure. But that's about it for this review. This has been my review of Transformers Studio Series Widowmaker. This has been Eilt signing out.